Hey everyone, I want to make a quick video to address a concern that some potential home buyers may have right now. That concern is that now is not a good time for them to buy because we're currently in a seller's market, meaning homes are selling quick and oftentimes for full list price. While keeping that concern in mind, it's important to note that this seller's market is a direct result of historically low interest rates and a high number of hopeful home buyers looking to take advantage of these rates. The thought of the concerned home buyer is that if they wait for the market to shift and for the demand of homes to go down, they'll be able to get a $300,000 home for, say, $275K. While this may be true, they're forgetting about the higher interest rate they'll likely be borrowing at after a market shift happens. In fact, an increase in interest rate is what would likely cause the market to shift in the first place. So is the wait worth it? Let's walk through a simple example and then you can decide. Let's start with that $300,000 house I mentioned earlier. At the ultra low rate of 2.75%, which I've recently seen borrowers get qualified for, and 5% down, you're looking at a monthly payment of roughly $1,865. That's a pretty low payment for a $300,000 house. But let's say you waited a year and for the market to shift and you're able to get that same house for $275K, but had to borrow at a slightly higher rate, say 4%. Your monthly payment would then be roughly $1,939, which is almost $70 more per month than what you would pay for the $300,000 house at the lower rate. Let's take it a step further and see how much interest you pay over 30 years for each house. For the $300,000 house at 2.75% interest and 5% down, you'd pay roughly $133,855 in interest over 30 years. For the $275K house at 4% and 5% down, the total amount of interest paid jumps to $187,759. So by waiting and saving $25,000 on the purchase price, because of interest, you actually in this scenario end up paying $54,000 more in interest over the life of your loan. In short, despite the seller's market we are in, now is still a great time to buy because the money you borrow to do so has literally never been cheaper. That's all I got for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend.